Hi, everybody. Janet Eichhorst here. Welcome to episode 5 of this podcast series, which is still nameless. And I don't think that's the important thing anyway. What's important to me is that we're here and that I am here to co-create, to support you in being the best version of you that you can possibly be. So today I want to talk about new beginnings. So this is the first episode that is being released in 2026. And probably most of you listening or watching know that 2026 is a 1. You add all the numbers together and you end up getting a 1. So 1 is about new beginnings. And so as a side note, what we're talking about, the energetics that we're holding, the opportunities available to you watching or listening to this are timeless. So you can listen to this whenever it's fitting and whenever you're guided and still receive more for you. It just so happens that right now we just flipped the Gregorian calendar and we are in 2026. So 2025 was one heck of a year for most people that I know. And whenever I hit a new beginning and when the Gregorian calendar flips, I like to go back and just see what incredible stuff happened in the past, because a lot of the times my mind will invite me to focus on negative things versus positive things. Now, mind you, I'm a pretty positive person, right? Like that's my normal operating system. But my memory banks a lot of times forget some of the cool transformations and some of the cool stuff that happened. And when I look back on 2025, profound things happened. And I hope that you give yourself that opportunity to continually reclaim how amazing you're doing. And this is not based on necessarily external circumstances. This, a lot of times, is based on the internal shifts that I've made. Now, granted, we do get to have a friend of mine joked about cash and prizes, like when he um, basically made some major changes in his life. And he's like, hey, God, higher power, universe, do I get cash and prizes? And yes, our natural state here on this planet is about abundance. Now, that's not about money. That's about so many different things, money included. And our natural state is to live abundantly. We are provided what we need. And my job is to be able to accept and receive those. And sometimes I am stellar in that. And sometimes I get to do a little work, I'll say, in receiving and living from this really beautiful, unconditionally love-based state. So, new beginnings, that's the theme today. Let's talk about that a little bit. So, let's take a few breaths here. The energetics are very strong today. You might even see my eyes twitching a little bit because the energies are so strong for me. So, together, let's take a few breaths here. Together, all the way into your belly. I want to invite your whole body, your whole being, dimensionally to breathe sacred life force energy through you, as you, whatever that means to you. Well, let's do one more and kind of drop in and be. Right? So move your body around a little bit. We will continually practice this because we are infinite, truly. And I want to experience, and I want you to experience in the way that's perfect for you, this level and these levels of unconditionally love based presence. And it's infinite, and we continue to get to experience that more and more, all the way down to our physical bodies. Just a reminder. Oh, there we go. So just a line. Excellent. So, new beginnings. What does that mean, really? So, see if you can let your mind relax. So, any of ideas that you have, or any beliefs, or any thoughts, or any patterns, or any conditioning that you're finished with, let yourself be finished now. A new beginning. So, one of the dynamics I want to talk about here is in a new beginning, there is the possibility of releasing and creating anew all at the same time. So it can feel like a letting go and an activation, a moving beyond, a completion, and a rebirth all at the same time. So I want to invite you right now to kind of pop in to a consciousness, right? And let it be easy, right? Like just be in a level of consciousness where all that can happen at the same time without having to control it, without having your mind directing it. So let your mind upgrade to a new beginning in the way that you think and the way that you operate. And you are infinite, so all these things can happen at the same time. So deep breath into your belly. That's invitation. I'd love for you to do that, to feel more of you here. New beginnings to me are not excluding my physical body. It's working with my physical body better. That's part of it, where my physical body can literally be in a vibrational state that is more aligned with my true blueprint, who I really am as a fractal of source consciousness, universal life force energy. So just keep breathing with me. There's a lot of energetics here, a lot of possibilities, a lot of new moments. And we're always working with our brain, our neurological system, our physical body, our cellular structure, our muscles, our fascia, our bones, our bone marrow, our bone libraries. So this includes energetics, codes, colors, geometry, sacred geometries. And a lot of times what has happened is that when we hit a new beginning, the patterns that we are running, we're complete with, right? I mean, how many things did you complete recently? I mean, I personally am experiencing a major reset, and mine is very physical in this moment where my thyroid levels, basically, I'm doing a major reset with that. And the thyroid affects the endocrine system. It affects how energy is running through my physical body. So my reset, one of the levels of the reset that I'm doing is very physical. And it's not just physical, it's every single level of who I am is being reset and how I operate in this reality on planet Earth and in all realities. So what is your new beginning opportunity? Do you have one right now? It could look on any different level. It could look emotional. It could look physical. And even within how we experience, I would say, our daily lives, it could be moves, it could be job shifts, it could be how you do your job, it could be relationships. And it might be that your external looks exactly the same, but the way that you're operating in it is completely different. And, I have talked a lot about joy, and I've talked about happiness. I've talked about we all have our own version of joy, and I've also talked about soulful satisfaction. And I think sometimes we have, how do I want to say this, emphasized joy too much. Not to say that that's not foundational. And part of the exquisiteness of what we experience here on earth includes a wide variety of feelings. And wow, a new beginning, a lot of times, is an opportunity not to be attached to what has been and feelings in general, where I can let them simply be sensations. And we are here recreating, creating reality in every moment. So that means old sensations, old patterns, old perspectives can come up to pass through us, not for us to hang on to, but for us to let them go so that we can become and be something else. So, right now, what is this eliciting for you? What are you experiencing right now? Breathe into your body, breathe into your whole self. Are there some super cool experiences, opportunities, energetics that are available to you right now that you would really love? If there are, I encourage you, invite you to let them in. And this could be completely reorganizing all your energetic fields, your neurological system, the way your heart beats, the amount of love that you can receive, the amount of love that you can give, the way that you can give and receive in that spiral of creation. All of these are possibilities. So, in this moment, what right now would you feel really great about? The feeling of it, the experience of it. Breathe. Nothing would bring me more joy than to have you experience more of your extraordinary self. Right here, right now. You are an infinite being, an infinite creator. And you, if you are watching or listening to this, are a very highly evolved being. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. And that doesn't mean it doesn't necessarily mean you do anything in particular on this planet in terms of jobs or how you interact with society. It just means that you're really good at certain stuff. And you can be even better at that. And you are most likely a specialist in the way that you go about it. So that means how you operate is literally changing, and I will say upgrading realities to a more organic, pure form that's in alignment with unconditional love is a very generic way of saying that, and true. We are not meant to harm others or our earth or any form of creation, really. I mean, it doesn't mean that I don't kill mosquitoes, and I don't think that that's out of alignment necessarily, right? It just means that, I try to live and operate from the pureness of my heart always in kindness, honor, and respect. And when I do this, that continually allows for new creation. And we are in a big cycle right now of new opportunities. And things can move very quickly for you and for all of us. And we may be witnessing changes in our, I'll say the external, right? Like what we see on the outside of us. We may see things changing very quickly. And that, of course, means that things are changing very quickly within us. And when we can hold that level of stillness and that true, authentic aspects of ourselves, things are way easier. So, can you in this moment allow your heart to open a little more? Can you in this moment let any fears, if you have any, dissolve? Can you in this moment allow yourself a greater level of confidence? And that's not about power over, that's about inner power and knowingness. And operating in such a way that your authenticity is just simply here. And that's true whether we're in a situation where we disagree with others. New beginnings mean that we might be doing things very differently than we have been, and we might be doing things very differently than those around us, including our family members and including our coworkers, including our neighbors. And that may mean that we get to find a way to navigate situations where we don't have to dishonor anybody, especially ourselves, right? We get to take that creative essence that we are in the new way that we are guided to do, if we are guided to do something new, and honor and respect. All right, so let's see. What else wants to come forward here? Potentiality. Again, we've done this in many of the other podcasts in this series, and actually, all the work that I do is to help you embrace potentialities that perhaps you haven't considered. So, drop the veils, drop your blind spots, drop restrictions and constrictions, if you have any. I'm sure you do. We're on earth here, right? Drop them and let that be easy. Embrace a level of grace that you have never been able to embrace. And allow yourself to live from that graceful place. And the more you do this personally, the more you help others do this by example. Actions, how we operate, speaks way louder than words. This isn't theoretical, this is experiential, this is embodied. This is allowing you to be here in a greater capacity with more of your personal infiniteness here. Just breathe a little bit with me. That's invitation to allow whatever needs to be reset, which is a different vibrational frequency, is one way you can say it. That includes ideas. Definitely, everything is energy, everything is frequency. My deepest gratitude for you being here, watching, listening, and in and on in our beloved planet. Interesting. On our beloved planet, living here as the brilliant one that you are. Please share, please like, please comment, and so much love to you and blessings, blessings, blessings for whatever new beginnings that you're in right now. So much love to you. Bye for now.